So what a joyful day today as the church invites us to remember and to celebrate, to venerate this extraordinary saint, Saint Nicholas, a man, a bishop of great generosity and charity. And in this time of Advent and preparation for Christmas, a reminder to us to cultivate that gratitude and charity and generosity in our own minds, in our own hearts. Because in his example, and inspired in each of us, is a desire to conform, to change, to be transformed in our minds, in our hearts, more and more and more like Jesus, who is extraordinarily generous and merciful and good to you and to me. And we hear of this extraordinary generosity, the gift of our faith, so well in today's gospel. In this very simple example that is so familiar to us. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them goes astray, will he not leave the 99 and go in search of the one stray? We've heard this before, and what I love particularly upon reflecting on this is certainly the mercy that Jesus speaks about, but even more, what he does not mention. And what do I mean? You see, he doesn't tell us how the sheep got lost. I think when we hear this parable, this story, we presume perhaps the sheep was a bit confused. Maybe they were going through a particularly challenging valley or forest. I don't know much about animals, but the sheep were a little disoriented, and this one kind of wandered off and got lost. And we're sad for it, and where could it be? But I wonder if as well, perhaps this was just kind of a mean and nasty sheep who said, you know, I'm tired of these other 99 people and this shepherd. I'm done with them. I want to go out on my own. They're wasting my time. I'm so talented and exceptional. And this sheep experiences all kinds of temptation and just leaves in a kind of mean and vicious way. You know, like we can be sometimes with the Lord. It's not always sweet and innocent. Because, as St. Paul reminds us in his letter to the Romans, there are no distinctions. All of us fall short through our sin of the glory of God. But what's extraordinary is Jesus doesn't tell us. All he says is that one of the sheep is lost. Not why or how, or even how often. And his heart longs for this lost sheep, just as he longs always for you and for me. And he goes out and searches and finds him and rejoices eternally. And so, as we prepare for Advent and for Christmas, as we remember this great Saint Nicholas, who was a man and a bishop of extraordinary generosity and goodness and charity, we recognize that this most great gift, the mercy of Jesus, which is won for us on the cross, where he shows us how perfect and how infinite and how personal and for you his mercy is, that we receive this, that Jesus never tires of seeking us out and finding us, of revealing to us the love that God has, which is not impersonal, but is particular, and it's for you and for me. That he who is utterly unafraid and unintimidated by our own imperfections, our own sin, seeks us out. And when we are found, he rejoices.